And welcome back to Parado's Let's Play of Tropico 5. We are here in the Back in Time mission, and our current goal is to really raise enough research to really fully research the flux capacitor, so we can turn our weapons, or our vehicle factory into a time machine. I'm pretty sure we're developing the DeLorean, and Doc Brown is around the corner. Regardless of that, right now we've got a 50% approval rating, and I can tell you that we will probably have an election coming up in a couple years, and so we need to work right now really to maintain that approval rating, if not improve it. And so one of the things we're going to take a look at real quick is we're going to take a look at happiness. Now, happiness right now here on our island is 63, and over the Caribbean as a whole 71. So there's a bit of a gap there, and I would love to see that gap filled. Now, housing is clearly an issue. We have 152 homeless people. That's a problem, and we can do better with that. Entertainment's a little low. Of course, job is low right now, and that's mainly job happiness overall. We have some unemployed people, but it's not too bad. Ultimately, it's more likely the quality of the jobs that are available. And of course, religion and liberty are a little low as well. Now, religion, they're not going to be that happy with us because of our Constitution right now. Liberty is probably a very similar issue. They could probably use with the TV station to help balance them out. If we go ahead and take a look at the politics real quick, and you can see the military loyalty is actually pretty low at 48%. And if we take a look at the factions, we're beloved by both the militarists and the religious, which is a little surprising. But we have a poor standing with the communists, which is one of the largest populations on the island. And the globalists and nationalists are indifferent to us. They're a pretty large group, as well as the environmentalists actually don't like us either. And they're another large group. So really the largest groups on the island right now are communists, where we have a long way to go with them. Globalists, where we're actually pretty close. I mean, we're 43 approval rating with the globalist, and so that's actually not too bad. And we might want to look at ways how we can increase the globalist feel for us. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at people, and let's take a look at special citizens. We have a globalist. There's no globalist leader. We do have a communist leader, and they don't particularly care for us, so we actually might want to just go ahead and try and discredit him. And I think everybody else pretty much loves us. Capitalists like us. Nationalists we should bribe, because we're pretty close with them. Now, let's take a look at the Constitution, because there's some things I want to change. We're currently in an atheist state, and I'm paused, so I can't actually do anything. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's take this out of pause. Let's get this going here. All right, atheist state. I am thinking let's change it to a secular state. We're going to increase the liberty happiness. It's going to reduce our research a little bit, but honestly, I don't think that that's really going to impact us in the long run. So let's go back to a secular state. Professional army. I think that's where we're going to stay. Where we could go to a conscription, no education for soldiers. And that actually might help us a little bit with the job problems we're having. So, I mean, they're not going to be that great, but let's try it. Let's go with conscription. Why not? All citizens vote. I think we're going to stick with all citizens vote. Police state. I'm thinking we're going to stick with the police state. We don't want to go to totalitarian, and going to a democracy. Well, no uprisings. Let's try democracy. Let's see how that works. Happy childhood, I think, is the way we want to go. So I'm fine with that. And guarded heaven, I'm pretty much okay with that. We don't want to expand too quickly at this point. Personal rights, we have security, surveillance. We could go with open society. But that's going to limit us, so we're going to stick with security surveillance. Free market seems to be the way to go. And independent media is going to increase our protests, but ultimately is probably better. We could go with the subsidized media. I don't think the globalists are going to like that, so I'm kind of thinking we should stick where we are. All right, I'm going to change a few of those constitutional options, and right now what I want to do is start putting in some more housing. As I mentioned, that is one of the big issues that we have is housing. So I'm going to drop in a couple apartment buildings. And if you remember, a typhoon came through, wiped out this area, and we needed to kind of repopulate it. So I knocked some stuff down, put in some apartment buildings to take care of more space. We've got a little bit more money in here, so I'm going to go ahead and plop in another building. We've got uranium and some oil wells working. I do want to stick in a second oil well up over here, just to really keep those funds flowing. We are going to need to stick in probably some more Teamsters, because that's probably going to be a little bit of an issue with transport at some point. So that is something we're going to want to take a look at. We do have a 55% approval rating right now, so whatever we changed with the Constitution already pumped us up by 5%, and adding in these apartment buildings is certainly going to help us out. We're going to go ahead and fast forward. Now, that sounds like a protest, so let's go take a look and see what's going on. Reduce the number of fishing wharves to 0. Well, we're not going to do that. That's going to hurt our economy way too much. As much as I would like to get on the side of the environmentalists, that's not a good move for us. So I'm going to go ahead and send the army in to take care of them. And they just did a very wonderful job about that. We are in a little bit of a hole right now. Let's go ahead and check the trade. We've got sugar and pharmaceuticals being exported. Which isn't too bad. And we've got some money. I want to take this opportunity to throw a Teamsters office in. I just have a really sneaking suspicion that we're going to need more Teamsters. And I don't know if that's a good location. It could be a horrible location. But we really want to make sure that those goods are really getting around the island. Now, here's an interesting quest, or mission, whatever you want to call it. Dilemma, really, is what it is. Our two, part of our dynasty, Heidi and Agata, and they're arguing over which milk is better, cow milk or goat milk. And either way, the export price of milk is going to go up. But I'm sure there are repercussions down the road. I'm going to go with goat milk and pick Agata and see what happens. Now, carefully paying attention to that approval rating. Still at 55%, which is good. But I know an election comes up and it automatically starts dropping. Now, all of a sudden, we've got some rebels attacking out of the blue. Where are they attacking? Where are we? They are way out here in our little, like, hoteling land over here, the tourists are. But they're not actually attacking anything yet. Ooh, look at that. That oil well is not getting the service it needs from Teamsters. So that's something to remember, is we need to get some Teamsters out over here. In fact, do we have enough money right now? Yeah, we do. All right, let's go ahead and plop one in. Let's get that going. We've got some rebels attacking. They're very easily going to be intercepted by our military and probably really easily defeated, considering the... Although it's interesting how quickly they're kind of just flying down that road past the military, and our military is kind of like, wait a minute. All right, we took them out. Looks like we took care of that without a problem. That is good to know. We're at 54% and 53%. Let's pause it for real quick. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Job right now is pretty low. 59 for religion, 73 for liberty. That shot up, and that shot up because of our changes in the Constitution. 59 religion, 53 for housing. We could definitely use with some more housing. Let's take a look at the factions. 49% military. Militarists and religious, good standing, indifferent with the communists. Good standing with the capitalists. Environmentalists and industrialists are indifferent. Good standing with the nationalists, and the globalists are indifferent to us. They don't like that we instituted conscription, and they don't like that we instituted the atheist, or took out the atheist state. Well, they're very picky people, apparently. Let's go ahead and see if we have, who are the special citizens? Nationalists, capitalists, militarists, religious. We could go ahead and bribe both the militarists and the religious just to keep us up on top of their radar. I think nationalists and capitalists we're really good with right now, so I'm not too worried about them. We are down to 53%. We do have some money. I do want to build another apartment building. We do need to take care of our homeless. So let's plop that in there. And let's go. I do want to put in some science labs. That will really help increase the amount of research that we are producing. But right now, I'm concerned about an upcoming election, and I really want to make sure that our transportation of goods around the island is not an issue. And as you can see here, we do have a little bit of a problem. This place is not getting any good transported. And that one actually has not gone in yet. So even our construction items of those have not actually gone in to take into effect yet. So that could be part of the reason why we're not seeing a major increase or a fix in that regard. Our food happiness is actually above 60, so I'll take the quest, but we've already completed it. Nice and easy. So right now we're basically waiting for some buildings to get built. We could throw in another... We could throw in another construction office, but I don't think we need one. I am going to start putting in the science lab, get that buddy going in, because we do want to start getting those research points really built up. Watching the Teamsters offices go in, let's see, that, where we built that apartment building, that one's up, that Teamster's up. We built another Teamsters office over here. That one is up. So right now it's this Teamsters office which is getting built, and that science lab, which I think is, both of them are really going to help us out in the long run. Still keeping an eye on our satisfaction rating, which is at 55%, still really good where we are. You know what I'm going to do is, I usually don't save the game in between in between videos or episodes, but I'm going to this time just because I know I've had a lot of issues with this particular mission going back in time, as you know, with the last episode and so on and so forth. And so I think it's a good idea to go ahead and save it, just because we're in a good place right now, and I don't want to kind of screw that up. And even if I do screw it up, I want to be able to recover from that quickly. So that other Teamsters office went in. I'm hoping that's going to help alleviate some of our problems. We've got the science lab being built right now. We do have a 53% approval rating. I think now would be a great time to throw in a couple extra apartment buildings just to try to even that out from a happiness standpoint. We could actually also stick in a second science lab. We are going to need it because we are falling a little bit behind on the time machine research, so we do need to start kicking that into higher gear. Now our approval rating is starting to drop even faster. It's down to 52%. So let's take a look real quick at happiness. 46%, 46 happiness on the job rating. That's not good. Housing's at 53, so we actually have more homeless than we had before. We just keep bringing more people in. Entertainment is starting to get a little low, and that is something that we should really look at increasing. Religious happiness is pretty much steady. if we take a look at faction support, good standing, militarist, religious, communist, and capitalist, both the good standing with them. Now that's interesting because those constitutional changes really helped us out with the communists and gave us a much better standing with them, but not enough really to tip the tides as far as overall support. We might actually want to consider donating to them. But let's take a look at the special citizens. Let's see what we've got here. Religious, militarist, capitalist, nationalist. We could don't. You know what? Let's bribe the capitalists because I don't think they were overwhelmed with us. Otherwise, everybody else seems to be pretty good. I can't really complain about them too much. So let's keep that going. Do a quick check-in on our trade is still good. There's a little bit of a quest that popped up over here. Banish farm crime lords. I think we can actually really easily do that. Whoops. Wrong button. We can really easily actually banish those crime lords. Oh, there's only one crime lord. Well, we can banish him pretty quickly and easily. We'll just have to wait for more to show up. 52% approval rating, not great, but we are still building some buildings over here. You know what I want to do while we've got some money is throw in some more entertainment. Let's throw in another restaurant, and while we've got the money, let's throw in a tavern because people seem to like taverns. Keeps them happy. I do see that we still are having some transportation issues, so we might want to throw in another Teamster's office just to keep everything going around the island. I know there's a lot, and that might be a good option. Now, we're dropping down to 49% approval rating, and we've got some trade offers that are finished. So let's go ahead and take a look at trade real quick and see what else we can export. We can export oil, which is perfect for us because we've got a lot of oil wells. In fact, yes, that oil well did finish. Okay. Now, our approval rating did drop down to 49%, and I'm hearing a protest way out here. And what do they want? Logging camps reduced to 0. Well, we've actually been through this before, I believe, and the reality is that we only have one logging camp, and I think it's here, and we can very easily demolish it and then bring it back, and that's what we're going to do. Still seeing transportation issues. I don't understand. I keep putting in more Teamsters, and it's just not helping us. Really interesting how that's a continuing problem. Actually, it's still a relatively good location for that. I still need more Teamsters. I just don't know where to... I just don't know what to do anymore with these Teamsters. I feel like I'm constantly building more Teamsters, and there's not any place for them to go. We're at a 51% approval rating, so that is going up. I do want to start getting more managers assigned, and I want to max out the budget on these things. And we've got the money. That begins to consume an extra 100. That's okay. I want to make sure we are maxing out our research opportunities so that we're producing more research and getting closer to that time machine. And we do need to take into account the... Guess what? Elections. We knew that was coming. We knew elections were going to come. I don't want to necessarily get into elections right now. I do want to finish assigning some of these lovely managers because I've got quite a few of them, and there's some really great opportunities here to assign them, and that is definitely something I want to do. So let's just keep our eyes open, see what we've got. Let's get an agent in there. Okay. Nobody in there. Let's get an environmentalist. Alright. And we'll stick an agent in there too. Alright. Now, I feel like we're in a pretty good position going into this election, right? So we have about a year right now until the next election, and we're actually behind. That number's not right. It says 51, but we're actually lower. We're much lower. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, all right, so I can only issue 40,000 in bonds. What I'm trying to do is issue enough, have enough money in my account so that I can issue the tax cut edict right before the election, and hopefully that will help turn the tides. Now, I don't know that that's going to necessarily be the case, but that is a hope of mine. Now, we've got rebels attacking, but we should easily put them down, so I'm not too concerned about them. Although the fact that they just like literally ran straight through the military that was standing there is a little weird, but we did just take them out without really much of a problem. Probably around month 6 or 5, we'll go ahead and issue the tax cut edict and see what we do, and see if that's going to be enough. We may not even have enough money. We only have 63,000 right now, 60, and we need about 88 last time I looked. So hopefully some of these freighters will come by and export some more goods, and we'll have enough, because we are dropping in what we have available. All right, 74. So some exports. Let's take a look real quick and see what that edict is going to cost me. 86. So we'll see if that does anything. We need about 20,000 more. Now 10. Now 6. So hopefully if we can get... Oh, there it is. And let's do it. We have 4 months, I think. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. I don't know if it's going to really shoot us in a better direction or not, but we'll see. 49%. So that's a definite move in the right direction. Now, if we can maintain that, we should be able to win in other ways. I'm trying to think if maybe I could throw in some kind of entertainment building real quick. That will really make people happy, maybe like a nightclub. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's gonna really do anything, but let's see. If we can maintain that 49%, or at least push us over. So we're gonna do the election fraud. Because we're at 49, and there's no way we're gonna. We can clearly win at 49%. We can't win with that. But if we do the election fraud, it might be enough if we can to push us over. We'll see. We're just waiting. All right. Wow. That is. We're gonna save that. We're going to save that, and it's going to be a new one, because that's just, I mean, I got to tell you, and you guys haven't seen this, because I try to show you the successes, and I guess you can learn, there's something to be said about learning from failures as well. But, you know, one of the main things that I often do is, especially in a situation like this, you don't want to see me lose an election over and over and over again. So that's probably... probably the 6th time I've tried. And there was a few times I tried to win that election and started out really low at 39. And that was before the last episode, and we went back in time to fix that. So the positive thing is that we did it. We won that election. And now the main thing is we've got to really now focus on getting the getting the research done. Because right now we've got... I'm going to put in a third science lab right now to help out. But we're about a third of the way to our 100 research point goal, and we gotta really start producing enough. So that would actually be really helpful. Oh, an inventor. An inventor would be incredibly helpful. There. As a matter of fact, don't we have... Yeah, I actually want to move that person. It's an environmentalist we'll put there for the time being. I actually want to make sure that there's... Yeah, put the inventor in here, because that's really going to help increase our overall systems. Now, there's a protest going on, so let's see what they want. Increase all imports by 2,500. We could actually do that just by importing something simple and silly. We don't have, let's see, 15 years, 10 years. We don't have any import ships available right now. Any ships available to assign to imports. So, not going to worry about it right now, but that is something that we should definitely look at doing in the future. Let's see. All right. So right now I'm looking for someplace I can stick some of these managers that I have floating around. I think a lot of my buildings have managers in them. I know, and in some cases it's like, well, that doesn't really, putting that there isn't really going to help, but that's what we're going to do. Alright, I see a quest over here. Build a science lab. We already have. We got 3 science labs. Now they want me to build another one. That's kind of crazy. And we also have the quest to build banks and get rid of some crime lords. So I'm going to go ahead and get the banks put in. Oh, I'll get a bank put in, I guess. And actually that research one really helped because we just shot up 6 points in probably the last couple months. So we're on our way, and I'm keeping an eye on the time machine. Got to build that DeLorean. We should also take a look at... Oh, not Dynasty members. I keep doing that. Also take a look at the Almanac, because I really do want to see if we can find these special citizens that are crime lords. Found them. So we need to banish. So let's go ahead and start banishing these guys. That'll be 3, which means we'll only need to banish 1 more after this. And rum distillery strikers are going on strike. Where is my... Here it is. Oh, I could have bought the strikers, but I'm sending in something else. Now, the question is, why are they on strike? And I guess I can't access the building while somebody's striking, so... We are sending in the... Uh-oh, we have a drought. Oh boy. Not good. Not good. Alright, we have a lot of money right now. And a drought. So that's, you know, always positive. One of the, I'm going to do is I'm going to slow this down just a little bit. Because I really want to be able to get a handle on everything that's going on. Now, we seem to be having a power problem. We are not producing enough power. Oh, and there is a protest at the vehicle factory as well. And what the heck? And a protest over here. Jeez, everybody is protesting. What is going on? It doesn't help that we don't have... we were having a drought as well. Alright, so we gotta figure something out with this power. I don't know if there's something we can do. If there's an upgrade. Natural gases of coal. No, none of that's gonna help. Go over here. No longer produces pollution. Well, that's nice. Oh, effectiveness. Maybe that will help us produce some more power. Now says 212 is available. So I think that did it. And, okay, good. So, but we still need to build a new science lab to satisfy that quest. So I will do that because we do need, we need to produce more research points. So why not? All right, and the military's going. But okay, no, we still have military heading over here to this protest, but otherwise I think we took care of all the protests. Okay, we built the 2 banks and now they're willing to give us stuff. I guess let's get more. Actually the globalists aren't really in love with us, so I'm just going to take the money for the Swiss bank account. I don't really want the office buildings, so we're just going to leave that as is. And we are still having a transportation issue. So that is something we need to keep an eye on. This drought is not... Oh, I see. I can pay to irrigate. You learn something new. This is my first drought. Guard tower is on fire. What guard tower? That one? This one. Well, how do you put it out? I don't know. It's going to cost us a lot of money to irrigate all these buildings, but... Alright! Working prototype of the time machine. We're 50% of the way there, so who wants to be our guinea pig? I think we need to send Agata, because she was causing some problems, and so now I want her... We have an apartment that is on fire. Not good, not good, not good. There is nobody working at... I guess I'll invite a foreign worker at that plant. Uh-oh, we lost Heidi in time and space. Oh, man. What the heck is going on? It's like I feel like we accomplished one thing, and then all of a sudden, nothing else got accomplished. Nobody has any product. Nothing's getting shipped anywhere. All right, the drought is over. Yay! Yikes! All right. We're still having a little bit of a problem here. Okay, wait a minute now. I think shipping might be back in order too. I think. I don't know. I guess we're seeing what's going on here. We still got to get rid of 2 more crime lords, so let's take a real quick look over at the special citizens. We've got 1, so let's go ahead and get him banished. And that'll leave us with 1 more person. Unhappy? Oh, wait a minute. 50% approval rating, but why are people unhappy? Show me happiness. 61. That's not horrible. Job is still low. Oh, healthcare. Wow, healthcare really shot down there. That's something that we definitely need to take care of. Okay. We're definitely going to need to worry about that now. All right, so we're actually going to end the episode here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We finally got through that election. We are, right on. We're about just a little more than halfway to the time machine. We've got 1 more crime lord to banish. We got to get some imports going to help appease the globalists, and we're building that new science lab. And we're going to take care of some healthcare now. Build another hospital. I think we only have 1, so building another one's probably a good idea. Especially now we have probably twice as many people on the island. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and share the video, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Take care.